Hi guys, it's Christy Forsyth from Clarity, and I'm here with my favorite realtor and friend, Kelly McKay from Signature Properties. So, first of all, we're a little bit late getting on, and that's really my fault because
we had some issues.
I decided to go to Target. And so you guys know how people know how it is at Target. There's so many shiny things.
Exactly, it's just sparkly.
You just get lost. So I apologize that we're a few minutes late, but thank you guys for jumping on. Say hi if you're watching. Hi Joy, thanks for watching.
Hi Joy.
So we thought that we would just talk about energy because Kelly is a realtor and she has this fabulous home for sale herself.
Went on the market today.
It's so pretty. I don't know if you guys can see in the background, but it's so beautiful. So maybe you'll share the link below later.
And I'm going to do a virtual tour too on my own Facebook page.
Right, so make sure that you follow her so that you can catch that video, but I'll also share that link below after she's done that too. So she'll do the tour of the whole place after. But we thought that we would just get together and talk about energy. One of the reasons that Kelly is my favorite realtor is that she gets energy, she understands. So if I said I want to go look at a house and we got to the front door and I was like, Kelly, I can't go in because the energy feels stank in there. Kelly would not give me a weird look. Kelly would not have concern about that. She would just say, okay, I understand, because she would probably feel it too.
The same way, yes. Half the time. Yeah. You walk through houses and I'm like, okay, deep breath, we gotta go in. And even though you don't want to, you have to because you're with your client and your client might love this house. So you just kind of keep this all to yourself until maybe they feel the same way, and then the cat's out of the bag.
Exactly.
We all go home. But it also, I have to say too, it also works the other way too, because I've walked into homes and just been like, and you don't want to leave. The energy in the house is amazing, and I don't know if they are smudging beforehand or anything like that, but it definitely goes both ways, where you can walk into a house and feel absolutely horrible, or you can walk into a house and feel fantastic.
Yeah, some places just have those good vibes, just as many places can have bad vibes and good vibes. And yeah, so sometimes people are working on the energy, sometimes it's just kind of naturally a good energy place. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons that some place can have or feel like it has a negative energy. But the cool thing about Kelly is that if you ask, because I have so many people at Clarity who are energy sensitive, right? Who will feel that and who will be uncomfortable, who want to find a place that is good vibes, and maybe with just a little bit of clearing it can be, but some places it's really hard to clear.
But I think like my house, when we just did my house, I was like, it felt a little not quite right, but nothing like too terrible. So then I had called Christy and I was like, can you come, do my house? And then after she did, you could physically feel it, like a weight come off my chest, and the energy felt totally different in the house. It was amazing.
And that's it. And that's energy, is a feeling, right? So just thinking about, have you ever walked into a house or an office building or your workplace
Or Walmart.
Oh God, Walmart. Yeah. Have you ever just walked into a place and been hit in the face with the energy, or felt sick to your stomach, or felt bad in some way, or felt like, holy hell, get me out of here, like you just want to turn around and run? There's so many responses that we can have to that, but it's really important to listen to that, because that's your intuition trying to tell you that the vibes in that place aren't feeling really that good. So I'm sure that you walked into places and you've had that experience where you're just like,
yes, where you're just like,
No.
you can feel, like almost like your skin starts to crawl, and you're like, all right, yep.
yeah,
How do you like it?
exactly.
And you never know if they might have a totally different feeling on it. So I don't ever project what I think about a house.
But they can ask you your
They
opinion.
absolutely can ask me my
on the
opinion.
energy, right? But yeah, and sometimes it's about a matter of vibration too. So some people can walk into a space and not feel anything,
Yeah,
maybe it's
absolutely.
more of a vibrational match for them. And then other people can walk in and say, oh, this feels weird, or it feels not right in some way, shape, or form. So it's not always bad or negative. Like, we don't have to always label it as that, but it just might not be a right energetic match for you.
And I think like the whole process of buying and even selling a house is so emotional, and I'm sure your intuition and your gut feeling and everything plays a role in buying a house. So like from step one, from finding the right house, you know, I always tell my sellers, a buyer will know whether they like your house and they want to pursue it further within the first 9 seconds of walking in the door. So it's the same thing with meeting a person. It's what the house, you know, just like people have energy, homes and spaces also carry energy.
So you pay attention to that first response, it sounds like, and that's really helpful when you're looking at homes. And then there's the issue of the homes that we live in currently, you know, because I think that's important, because what happens is we get in a space and we get used to the energy in there. And, you know, maybe we have friends come over and they're like, you know, maybe you have some really empathic friends and pets, like people's animals, then you want to come in the door or whatever. And that doesn't mean, by the way, that you have like a black aura or something. It's just the energy builds. So any day that you've come home from work and you've been really stressed out, anytime that you've gotten in an argument with your spouse, anytime that you've, you know, just felt sad or upset, whatever, there is the potential for the energy to kind of stick around a little bit, and then it can build and it can sort of snowball. And what we know about energy is whatever energy there is going to create more of that energy, so it can kind of build and build and build on it. And so it is important to do some things to reset the energy in your house. So that was one of the things that I did with Kelly, is like actually a house blessing. So it wasn't so much of a clearing, but just, can we reset the energy in this house so it feels fresh and clear and new for you? But I personally cleanse my house once a week at least.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I've got a lot of energy that like just I try to keep the energy clear. I'm tapping into stuff a lot, and I've had interesting energies follow me home. I've just had a lot of experiences. So I sage once a week, just to kind of make sure that my energy in my space is mine and my family's alone. So what I like to do is just to do a quick saging. So for anybody who knows, I should have brought props with me, but you can get yourself a smudge stick or a Palo Santo stick, and you can kind of just set the intention as you go around the house that you are clearing the energy. I like to open a window, and I like to set the intention that the energy is going to go out the window. So it's all about intention. You can look it up. There are some very specific techniques that you can use, like going corner to corner, going from the lowest floor of the house to the top, that kind of stuff. And you can do all of that, and you can really do a very thorough clearing when you follow that stuff. But if you're like me and you have like 10 minutes to spare, 5 minutes to spare, I set my intention that the negativity is going out the window. I, as quickly as possible, like go around my house. I set the intention that the smoke is going to go wherever it needs to go to clear any and all negativity that's in my space, and it just always feels better, you know?
Feels better.
And every once in a while, by the way, if you're not sure when it's time to sage your house, let your kids tell you, because my kids will remind me if I don't. They'll be like, Mom, it's time to sage. They did. They decided I think it was just yesterday, that they were going to do a Bloody Mary ritual in front of the mirror, which I wasn't thrilled about, bringing in that energy. So I was saging.
Or when your kids come home and they're like, Jimmy at school was playing with the Ouija board during recess. And you're like, oh no.
Get out your sage.
Take care of your
sage. For those of you that don't like the smoke in your house, and sometimes I find this to be an easier technique, I do it actually at the office because we can't burn sage, is I will make a sage spray. So I usually just get a spray bottle, and you take about 6 drops or so of the sage essential oil and mix it with water. You don't want to be like, oh my gosh, the energy in here is so negative, I'm going to put 20 drops in, because trust and believe that it will smell like cat pee if you put too much sage in there. And nobody wants to spray that in their house. So just make yourself a spray, and you can spray that around. I find that it works just as well. I like to burn the sage because I don't know, it feels a little bit more ceremonial to me. But if you can't do that, or if you don't want to do that with the smoke, you can do that with the spray too. So, yeah. So what about have you ever had people walk in and just totally connect with the vibe of a house, or like?
I just showed a house just before we got here. It was also part of the reason why we were a little late tonight. And we've been looking and looking and looking, and they stopped looking for a while because they were just frustrated. Everything, it's totally a seller's market right now. So everything that they liked was going under contract, like full price instantly. It was just not the right time, I guess. And I'm like, hey, let's take a break. We'll revisit this in the fall. So just last week she got a hold of me, and we went and looked at this house, and they're very specific about what they want, but she walked in and you could see it in her face. She was just like, this is it.
Yeah. So there's almost like when their soul just clicks into it, and they're like,
and you can just see them like planning and where they're gonna put their Christmas tree, and their whole
so fun.
You can just see their posture just totally changes, and they're just like, and this is where this is gonna go, and I love this kitchen, and so that was really nice, and it's fun when you get to experience that with people, and that's what I really like about my job,
Yeah, that's really special. Like when people have that moment, and it's like they know that that's going to be the right thing for them, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and especially like when they get into their house. Like if you're one of my clients and you bought a house and you get in it and you're like, I love my house, because that's what my experience was. We just bought a house a couple months ago, and I got into my house and we got settled a little bit, and I'm like almost in tears because I was like so emotional about the whole process, and I couldn't believe like this is mine and this is my house and this is fantastic. And so I'm sure that like everyone feels that way too, like when they finally get into their house and they get settled, and it's nice. It's like home,
Yeah, definitely. You feel it, and that's it. Again, it's like listen to the feeling of what you're experiencing, because that will tell you everything that you need to know. Is this the right thing for you? Is this the right fit for your soul, for your family, all of those things? And that's always going to guide the way for you. So that's an important thing to just tap into.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know, what else should we cover? Do you guys have questions for us? Because I'm not really seeing, we're a little far away, so I'm curious. Let's see if we have any question. Angela says she misses us. We love you too, Ange. Let's see. It's mostly just love. Thank you guys for the love. Hi, Jen. Do you guys have questions for us? Our off. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. Shouldn't touch the technology. Our office actually, we do a lot of clearing, and so Nicole and I are there, and then we have our awesome massage therapist, Joyce Torch. She's, I think, watching right now.
Who's phenomenal.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Let me plug Joy for a second, because I couldn't walk, and I was in so much pain for probably 9 months, and I was going to physical therapists and seeing another doctor, and I went to Joy, and she did some sort of deep tissue massage, and I could literally like do jumping jacks and toe touches. It was insane.
Magic hands.
Magic hands.
Magic hands.
I have exercised the demon out of Kelly's body. That's exactly how it felt. Like she needs a t-shirt that says I exercised the demon.
Because Joy has this amazing energy that just kind of flows through her hands when she does her work too. So it's, massage is really powerful on its own, but she also does the energy stuff. So she helps us, and we do a lot of work on the energy within our office space. So it's so funny because on a couple of occasions, we've actually had people wander in from some of the other offices, and they're like, can we wait in your waiting room instead? They're like, I don't know why, I just like the way that it feels in here. So
you definitely, it's like, same thing with like law of attraction and everything. Like you can totally attract people, and same thing with your house, you can attract people with energy. So I think if you're thinking of selling, you should sage. And I think if you are a new buyer and you're gonna move in, you might as well clear the energy and start something fresh.
Yeah, and on a regular basis, if you are not moving or haven't moved, just, thinking about clearing your house, clearing the energy. I like to think about, because I do it weekly, it's like I clean my house weekly, so I'm going to clean and clear and reset the energy too. So, and there's lots of other techniques for that, but I think the sage can be really, really helpful with that. Let's make sure before we wrap up, if there's any questions. We have lots of people watching.
Yay!
Let's see. Hi, Megan. Joyce says, it's true, people love our space. Definitely they do. Definitely. It's mind-boggling to me, like the way that people are drawn to it, because we do a lot of work on it, so it's kind of neat to see that actually physically manifest for people. What is your advice if the energy is good, but then you get a crazy neighbor? You know,
What's that? I knew we were even saw who it was. I knew who that was.
So here's the thing. What I think you
Spray
focus
over the
on
fence.
is, first you focus on your own space and bring as much light and as much good energy into your space, because the thing about energy is it expands out. And so the more light you bring into your territory, the more it will expand out even into your neighbors. So then you run into your maybe formerly crazy neighbor, and they're feeling your vibes, they're feeling all that light that you've brought into your house and brought into your energy field, and they're just a little bit nicer to you. And then the next time, a little bit nicer, and they start to connect in their brain, like, wow, this person isn't so bad. Actually, I really like the way that I feel when I talk to this person. And so you have a lot of power simply within shifting your own energy field to impact other people.
Right.
And you can also, using the law of attraction, focus on how amazing is it that I have the best neighbors, that they are so, supportive or friendly or whatever it is that you want your neighbors to be, but like on a consistent basis, focusing your energy on that, your neighbors will either change or they will move. And give them Kelly's card if they do. Any other questions for us before we wrap up? What is the wattage of the bulbs you're using?
I don't know.
Is that
Like in front of us or behind us?
there's a lot of lights going on
There's
here,
a lot of
guys.
lights. There's recessed lights and chandeliers and.
I think that we don't know for any of them anyway, so sorry.
They're LEDs. They're all LEDs.
Yeah, we've got a ring light going on in front of us, so.
And we're glowing. We're just listening.
And hot.
It's so
'cause
sweaty.
It's so hot in here.
This house does not have central air. Sorry.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, for checking us out. Feel free to share this with friends that you think would connect with it. Tag people below. Make sure that you check out Kelly's page, because she's going to be doing a live tour right now of the house.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.